Hey guys, just played Cabernet. This is described as a narrative RPG set in 19th century Eastern Europe, which is pretty interesting. Anyways, coming out later this year, 2025. I'm playing the demo right now. Well, why not check it out? Cabernet. The name Cabernet, I think, is a reference to wine. Cabernet Sauvignon, right? Cabernet is one of the most popular red wines, so I'm guessing that's what it refers to, is Cabernet Sauvignon. I've had Cabernet a few times. I mean, it's a very popular red wine. Not my favorite, but definitely a popular one.
Thank you all for coming here today.
Not offensive.
To say goodbye to. I never thought I would bury my own daughter.
Nadezda, okay.
My own blood.
Oh, she had to bury her own daughter. That sucks.
I can't. Go. Please say something.
There. It's all right. What can I say about someone dying so young? Particularly someone as special as Lisa. If I may, I won't dwell on this. Instead, despite her obvious calling for medicine.
Okay, so this is where I choose her. So she's dead right now, but I guess I'm still choosing her class. Musician, that's what I always want to be.
A famous musician. You should have seen her. The instrument was half her size. Such a bright girl. By the time she graduated.
Scientific mind, for sure.
Lisa knew everything there was to learn from books about science in our enlightened age. Laws of physics, human anatomy, chemical solutions. Every time she went on about this scientist or that discovery, she'd light up like a matchstick. Most of the time I couldn't understand a word of it. But I can't tell you how proud we all were when she was accepted at the medical academy. I had no doubt that she was destined for greatness. But to become a doctor, one of the first, if someone deserved that honor, it was our Lisa. But my niece was so much more than a gifted student.
She was a true friend.
With all of her other talents, above everything else, she was a true, and she connected with people easily. Some might even say too much. But I digress. Please, forgive. She was my favorite niece. Let us raise a glass. Pour some vodka for Koda, too. A piece of my soul. Let those pieces help Lisa. To Lisa.
When I was a little girl, I often had trouble falling asleep. My mother used to sing me this lullaby. Tonight, I slept deeper than I had a disturbing. When I started pulling it, I realized I kept pulling, but I couldn't go too quickly for finally, the whole string. I felt relieved. I realized that I didn't know.
Is that a bottle of, I don't know, a glass of wine? There's a glass of wine right there as, okay, is that my health?
Dear Lord. Mom?
Liza.
My body feels like it's stuffed with cotton. Like I slept for days.
Okay. It's got a kind of simplistic art style, but I guess it works. This is like a style that you would often see like in point-and-click like modern-day point-and-click adventure games, I think.
Either this is a nightmare, or I'm in hell.
Did Broken Age use a similar? I think Broken Age might have used a similar art style.
Locked.
Need key.
Hello? Anyone?
Let's walk away here. Got my lamp. So this is 1900s Eastern Europe, so...
My medical journal from the academy.
I live in some kind of castle or something.
Medallion. Who could have brought this?
Eastern European castle. Oh, oh, okay. So, Elizaveta Morozova? Is that how? Okay, anyways. So my little stats there. July 18XX. Okay. Let's see, where should I go? Man,
Hello?
my dress is all dirty
Who is
and muddy.
this? I'm locked inside, please.
My dress is all dirty and muddy. I guess that's my bed. Probably doesn't look too comfortable. It looks almost like a... yeah. Kind of like a coffin, almost.
Are you still there? Maybe you can't talk? Please knock twice for yes and once for no. Thank goodness. Can you help me open the door? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Will you help me? What is it that you want?
Favor?
I don't have much, but I can owe you a favor. And it's settled. Whoever you are, if you open this door,
Elizaveta
I, Elizaveta Morozova,
Morozova.
what the hell is this? I can't see anything from this angle.
What the hell? Something burned me?
It's open. No one. What have I gotten myself?
Vampire rank. I have a vampire rank? Am I a vampire? Huh. I have a vampire rank. Well, that's interesting. Experience points. Okay, music and arts, science and logic, history and politics. I'm cultured, baby. I'm cultured vampire. I'm a cultured vampire. That's right.
Hello? Can anybody hear me? What a peculiar painting. The husband and wife in the picture don't look... If I had to guess, I'd say it wasn't the It smells like death. There's someone's money and I could live on this for a week.
5 coins, that's a lot of
After
money
all
back
that
then.
is-
Nihilism. Why's nihilism? Okay. I mean, somehow I became a nihilist. I
The
became a
mirror was
nihilist, I
covered by
guess,
a
by taking the
sheet.
coins.
People... Mother explained that this is so the dead soul does not... Silly superstition.
We moved
We
the
live in
covers.
the age of science where there's no...
Let's see. Oh, it's a mirror.
What is this? Where is my reflection?
Maybe it's not maybe it's a broken mirror. Doesn't work. Can't see your reflection.
Eerie.
Study the
It's
painting.
hard to say without seeing the face. Could it be the same girl from the... Could it...
Okay.
This is... unbearable. I'm a doctor. Give me strength.
I'm a vampire though, right? I got vampire points.
What in heavens is all this?
Higher society.
I will make sense of all this later. Something is
It's a masquerade?
wrong. I feel the floor.
It's a
Would you look
masquerade.
at her? How does one have the gall to show at the Countess's neck?
It's a masquerade. Can I talk to them? Nope. Some kind of ball. Masquerade ball.
Have you heard? The Countess is sending me on a special assignment to the capital.
You lucky devil.
Gramophone.
I've been
Hey,
stuck here for
stop
years.
messing with the phonograph.
It's a phonograph.
It's not a toy.
Phonograph,
Sorry.
that would place this at least probably the 1890s, I would say then. If it's the 19th century and it has a phonograph, it's probably like, yeah, 1890s, I would say pretty late. Because the phonograph,
Miss, are you all
that
right?
already puts it in the latter
Mind your
half.
business,
The
Petya.
1890s.
It's rude
1800s,
to
I mean.
stare at a lady.
Sorry.
I'm starving, and the food looks so fresh and delicious, but
I want to eat
the
it.
strangest thing is, I'm starving.
I know it's not ideal, Countess Orlov.
Of course now there bloody isn't. I don't understand where this influx of product is coming from. Who is this creature? Darling, you look like a little domovoy. Come over here.
Hello? I'm Elisa.
You must be the doctor's new... Look at you, poor thing. You must be fresh out of the ground.
Excuse me?
Ugh, nobody must have actually inducted you. How typical. No surprise with the men around.
She was not supposed to.
Wake.
Hussar, be a darling and show this young lady around once she's decent.
As you wish, madam. If you'll excuse me, I'll go for a smoke on the balcony.
You're excused.
What do you mean not supposed to wake up?
If I
this
recall my first day correctly, your head must be killing you. Here,
Thank you. May I ask what this is?
if you know too much, you'll grow old soon. Trust me, it will lift your...
Okay, drink wine. Is that wine?
Whatever this is, it's beyond delicious.
I'm filling my cup with
It's
wine.
sweet and thick and tastes like cherry and wild
I'm
strawberries.
filling myself to the brim. Yeah, I filled
Thank
up
you.
my glass.
Now go change. We can't have you gallivanting around in those scrubs.
Gallivanting.
There is a nice dress about your size in the cloakroom.
Thank you kindly,
Skortsova?
Madam Skvortsov.
It's Countess Orlova.
Oh, Orlova.
But I bet you'll learn it. Now off you
Okay,
go.
how am I supposed to know
change and
that?
mingle.
How am I supposed to know that? Okay. When I'm healthy, I can increase my speed.
Countess is right. I should get dressed before exploring.
Change it to evening dress.
Another cloth on a mirror. So strange.
What happened? Huh.
That should do it.
Okay, I just clean the mirror?
The Countess sure had in other...
No, okay.
Goodness. This must be the dress. Such an ornate Western style. I want nothing more than to change out of this horrible nightgown.
Put the dress on. Evening dress.
It's
There we go.
perfect. Fits like a glove.
Alright. Let's do it. What
I
the
still
heck?
don't know what's happening here.
Is that guy holding a doll?
But delaying the inevitable is just... I need to find that young man. And
He's holding a young doll for some reason. That's weird. Why is he holding a doll in his hand? It's a pretty big doll too.
I'm starving, and the food looks so
Yes, he's
fresh
holding
and
like a doll in
delicious,
his hand,
but
in his hands, in his arms. I
the
mean,
strangest thing is, I have absolutely no appetite for it.
he's holding like a pretty big doll in his arms. That's weird.
Please tell me you have some good news for me.
It's been 2 weeks since the last
Cabernet.
Cabernet shipment. The clientele is very unhappy.
I did manage to get in touch with the vendor. He says the conditions for harvesting are getting even worse, thus the interruption. We did reach an agreement though. They are happy to continue. But from now on, it'll be an extra 5 coins per bottle.
Thank goodness. At this point, honestly, whatever it takes. Another week and the Countess would have fried me.
Okay. Some interactions cost action points. Okay.
Good evening, Hussar.
Ah, There's our belle of the ball. Lisa, right? You actually don't look half bad when you're not covered in graveyard dirt.
I can't return the compliment.
Graveyard dirt? Why is everyone going on about
Surely an educated lady like you must have put together who we are by now.
Vampires.
I'd rather not guess.
Simply, we are vampires.
Is this why I had no reflection in the mirror?
If that's what you're concerned about, you look just...
Does this mean I'm dead?
dead, alive. Who the hell cares? Trust me, Lisa. You just won the lottery.
Okay.
What about my family? When can
I was worried you will ask me that. Technically, they think you are dead, and it is best for everyone if they keep thinking that. It's true to...
I can't just leave them.
Look, I know this is too much for you to take in right now. Maybe that's a conversation we should revisit.
I don't even remember how it happened. Must be some sort of a defense mechanism.
That actually does happen quite a bit. That memory usually comes back soon.
What about my...
It's true.
I...
Look, maybe that...
Countess calls you Hussar. What's your...
At this point, I've been called that far longer than my real name.
All right. I have...
See, that's what I was afraid. Theory is not my forte. Why don't you go talk the ears off some other... After that, I can show you what it's
I suppose I can do that.
So we're all vampires.
Could you at least...
Interesting.
Oh, come on. Where is your spirit of adventure? What?
I wonder if the Countess would approve of you pushing your responsibilities off to a bunch of strangers.
Well played. Fine. You've already met the Count. Not everyone gets to do that in their first month. Who else would you...
What could you tell me about the woman in the pink dress?
You must mean Arbin. You know, they say she was born somewhere far. That broad has been around forever.
Who is the intense lady with...
That's Elisa. She is quite important around here.
What about the young man who asked about my health?
Who? Oh, you must mean Petya. Elisa brought him in for fun.
A clueless young man surrounded by vultures. That's fascinating.
Nihilism.
I suppose that's everyone.
Of course. All right.
No rush.
Nihilism.
Locked.
I do actually have a model right here with me. I always carry Matilda with me, just in case a good opportunity strikes. You never know. Look into her eyes. Doesn't she look alive to you? Like she's going to blink?
Yes, well... Apologies.
Petya.
Petya. We should probably go and discuss some urgent business with the Countess.
Oh, of course. In fact, I'd love to meet her as...
I don't know how, but I get such a strange feeling. He is most certainly...
Not a vampire.
Oh, hello. It's you, Lady in the Night. How are you feeling? I was really worried.
Much better.
Of course. Where are my manners? I'm Petya.
It's a pleasure. You were the only one who seemed to care about my...
Oh, nonsense. They are a lovely bunch around here. The third group I'm pitching my dolls to, and everyone keeps running off for urgent business.
Did you say you're selling dolls?
And making them, yeah.
I see you have one with you.
Of course. Matilda here is my favorite. Well, what?
Oh, it's just lovely. So detailed and human-like.
That's exactly what I wanted to accomplish. Thank you.
May remember this.
I knew someone here would appreciate it. I'm hoping to show her to the Countess. With her approval, the sky's the limit. You know, making toys is what I wanted to do since I was a little boy. My father always called this foolishness, that it's not manly work. I never managed to convince him.
I'm sorry. That must have been...
Well, here I am, still at it. I do have a feeling that I'm onto something with Matilda. My gut tells me that tonight is going to bring something
How did you end up being invited here, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, that's all thanks to Elisa, the lovely young woman in the yellow dress. She saw me at the town market and she said that the people in the manor might be interested in seeing it.
I see.
I'll admit, it's a little slow, but the night is still young.
You are an optimistic guy.
My mother used to say that My hope will be the death of... But what's the point of living if you don't believe in people?
You may be right about that. Best of luck with everything, Petya.
Thank you, Lisa. You're very kind.
Okay.
Have you tried the Countess's Cabernet? Honestly, I think this may have been the best one I ever tasted.
I prefer to stick to clear drinks around here. If you
Arbin.
really want to try some decent Cabernet, stop by my salon on the main street.
Oh, that sounds like a challenge. I'll take you up on that offer.
Hello. I don't think I've seen you around here before.
I'm Lisa. Good evening to you.
You don't sound so sure.
You're right. If I'm honest, it hasn't been the easiest night.
That's what I thought. In the end, it does make
That's a good piece.
Stick with me, love.
I couldn't help but overhear that you were a wine expert.
I dabble. I run a literary salon in town and serve drinks there.
How exciting. All kinds of interesting people must...
You'd be surprised, my dear.
A salon.
I'd love for you to stop by one day. I'll treat you to a
Salons
round
were
of
all the
something
rage in the
nice.
1800s.
I'll make sure to visit. Since you're an expert, may I ask you about the wine that the Countess gave me? I'll admit I found it delicious, but it wasn't really wine.
It was not. Cabernet
Blood,
was
right.
sort of our code word for blood. So we don't... And then we just got used to it. Funny how language works,
I
isn't
figured
it?
it might be something like that, right?
Yes.
Since they're vampires.
Funny.
So it's not actually Cabernet, but it's human blood.
Arbin, I've only just been turned, and all of it. May I trouble you?
I hope you don't mind me asking. But has someone in your family enjoyed wine a little too much?
Sorry.
I understand. Just remember what demons are hereditary.
Well,
Good luck.
Yeah, that's what I kind of suspected that it would be blood. Okay.
Come
Elisa.
on. Don't any of you cowards want to have any fun?
My lady, with all due respect, Russian roulette just seems like, too much fun for the night.
Fine.
Russian
Get
roulette.
lost then. Be on your merry way.
Which, of course, Russian roulette
You knew
wasn't...
that the second
Like, that
time
isn't
I
an
die
actual
would
thing,
be of
though.
Boredom.
I'm pretty sure Russian roulette wasn't actually played very much. Like, that's more of a fictional thing. Yeah, of course, it did
Yeah,
happen
would you look at this
historically, but it
pretty
wasn't very
picture?
common.
I could barely recognize you from... Where did you get this dress?
it's a gift from the Countess.
Huh. I thought it looked familiar. Name is Alisa, by the way.
Lisa, it's a... So,
Congratulations. That must be quite shocking. I'm envious.
How did
really.
you even become a vampire?
yes, thank you. What does one even do with this? Being dead.
Same thing anyone around here does. Masticating plain eternity day after day. Spicing it up any way you can.
Hence the Russian roulette.
We're already dead, aren't we? What else is there to... Do you fancy her up?
Maybe some other.
Suit yourself.
Okay, so... Sounds like a curse, then. If you just, like... You're cursed to wander around eternity without having any kind of rest.
May I ask who was the young man
You're
you
cursed
talked
to
with
just
earlier?
wander around eternity.
Who, Petya?
Goodness, no.
Don't be shy. We're not attacked. Petya is human. He is a salesman.
If you two are not an item, may I ask why did you invite him over?
Because it was my turn
A turn for...
to spice up the eternity.
So, it's true what they say? Vampires live forever?
We exist forever. We don't live. But then again, few do.
Does this mean that we can't die?
Oh, sweetheart, there is nothing easier. Just stop drinking blood for a few days, fall from a high roof, or just step into the sunlight.
I should probably be writing this all down.
So, now that you have eternity on your side,
I see.
do you consider your
So yeah, vampires do live forever, but it's not like they can't die either. Okay. It's just that they can choose to live forever, or you can, choose to stop drinking blood.
I suppose infinite time does add some gravity.
I see.
Equal. Wait, mine is more valuable or his is more valuable? His is more valuable.
Like you said, what I...
Fair enough.
Indeed. So, it's... But, so...
Oops.
Just stop.
I should... Excuse...
Okay, what else? Experience points. Returns to Hussar. Okay, let's do it.
Good timing. I just...
Yes, how lucky.
Don't be snappy, Lisa. So...
If...
You'll have to be more...
Rusalka's? Domovoy's?
Yes. No. Yes. If you want my advice, so...
What is going on in the basement of...
Oh yes, the basement.
Excuse...
All I know is that Countess conducts her business, and she doesn't enjoy people.
If it's so confidential, how come I ended up there in the first...
Minor oversight. You were supposed to be moved upstairs before you were up, but appears that you are an early riser.
And whose oversight was it?
Let's not focus on casting blue. So, are there any...
Shoulder burn.
Who ended up letting me out of the chain?
If I'm honest, I've...
Well, on top of everything, do you know...
Let me Oh, brother.
What?
It could be nothing. Really, no need to worry. Just make sure that you show this to the doctor.
All right.
So, are there any... Perfect. If you don't mind me, I take it you've done a couple laps around the ballroom.
Well, I'm obviously still in shock, but from a scientific perspective, this is certainly a
I'm impressed. All right.
I'm not...
Well, unlike Katerina in the play...
Huh.
How did you do that?
By sheer will, Lisa. It's very simple.
How were you even talking with me?
That's yet another benefit of being one of us.
Telepathy.
We can project our thoughts into people's minds. I prefer it, really. I find normal speech kind of primitive.
Why don't you do it all the time, then?
I'd love to, but you don't want to get too used to it and scare a human by accident. Now, why don't you try it? Let's see what kind of bat.
They use telepathy. Okay, so I can access vampire abilities and turn into a bat.
Goodness!
Interesting.
Isn't this a hoot?
Alright, well, transform into a bat. More like vampires do.
Seems like you're catching on. Follow me.
Alright. Where do we go?
I can't believe I'm actually flying.
All this talk about death. Don't you feel more alive than you ever have right now?
But I don't know, in a bat, we're kind of in a more vulnerable state when we're a bat, right?
Shh. There.
I would think we have more predators when we're a bat, so we're in a more vulnerable state.
If only I had 3 coins for my name.
Vampire rank is
Then I'd
crazy.
show them. They'd all see.
Is this what you wanted to show me? A drunk peasant?
What I wanted to show you is how to use your new powers. Meet Trophime. He is the Countess's former serf. Among other things, he makes sure no one goes in or out of here without her permission. Important. Now, come.
Okay.
How is life, Trophy?
My lord, is that you? Or the boy?
I can see that. All right, enough plus. Watch this.
What happened to him? Is he all right?
He is fine. We call this enchantment.
What does enchantment do, exactly?
It makes people tranquil. Well,
is it like anesthesia?
In a way. I bet you this fellow in the States who invented it is a vamp.
You mean William Morton?
Mm-hmm. I heard he was not happy the Americans figured it out first.
So they don't remember?
Not quite. They may not remember what happened, but they won't forget how you made them feel.
Sounds like a subject for some awkward conversation.
You don't know the half of it.
Does this mean you can just come?
In theory, but it's not quite that simple. Firstly, they have to like you, an important condition. Secondly, you should only do it to humans.
So it doesn't work on other vampires?
I didn't say that. There are rumors that the best of the best can indeed enchant their own kind. But I don't even know if the Countess has that kind of power. Besides, this would certainly not be considered ethical by our vampire brothers and sisters.
I bet they wouldn't mind to have that power, though.
Oh, without?
So, how do I enchant someone?
Don't worry. Whistling is just for me. It's like a cure for the hiccups. Everybody has their own way. When you need it, it will come to you.
Okay.
So why would you want to enchant someone?
I thought you might ask that. There are two main reasons. One, people in a trance are easily suggestible.
So it's like mind
you
control
can use
almost?
that to influence their
It's
thoughts
like almost
and
like mind
opinions.
control.
That doesn't sound right.
Well, I didn't say you have to do it. Everyone lives with their own choices.
When you say influence their thoughts, does this mean they will do anything?
Only within reason, of course. Impression is a delicate art.
And what is the second
I think you already know.
Oh, you can suck their blood. Oh.
What have you done?
I just opened him up for you. Don't worry, he'll be just fine unless we bleed him dry. Come here. It's time for you to learn how to feed.
I don't know if I'm ready.
You're as ready as you...
How do I turn?
Just relax and let your instincts take...
Alright, turn into a vampire. I mean, technically I already am a vampire, but I just turn more vampire, I guess. Got fangs.
My mouth, it's bleeding.
Of course, I forgot to warn... Don't worry, it's normal. That happens when your fangs are out for the first... It will recover in a minute.
Time to drink his blood.
His skin smells like wild berries. But not just the smell. The promise of warmth, the promise of being whole. I want to feel it on my teeth. No, I can't.
Oh, you want to suck other people's
I don't
blood?
think I can do it.
Doesn't want to be a vampire?
All right. But if the Countess asks, I don't want to get in trouble because you chickened out.
I promise.
Remember, you have to learn to do it to survive. I better get back to my other errands. Don't want to get my tune. Do you remember the way?
I do. Hussar? Thank you for your help.
Don't mention it. I'll see you soon.
I should get back to the manor and talk with the Countess. Where will I live? What's next? But first, Hussar said I can influence someone who is enchanted. I should try it on Trophy.
Hypnotism.
Can you hear me, Trophy? You will start pacing your drinking.
Subconscious has been altered. Huh. Okay.
What was that?
Okay.
Looks like the bank.
I don't understand. How could this even happen?
It's Pet.
Oh,
What is
did he die?
this?
Petrov, that Petrov guy died somehow? Oh,
My God.
No.
It's Petya's doll, Matilda. This is so unsettling. What the hell happened to you?
It's all Victoria's fault. I told her he's almost empty, but she wouldn't listen.
What do you want from me? I was starving.
Oh, they
and
all
you
drank his
two
blood,
barely left
okay.
me anything.
Doesn't matter now. We drained a man. Not anywhere. But at the Countess, someone is gonna fry for this. And
Are you mad? No one's going to be executed for this. He's just a human.
That's tragic, of
nihilism.
course, but
easy for you to say. You're not the one who will have to explain this to Elisa and the Countess.
Alright, so they drank him too much.
Come with with me, my dear. This is not your mess to sort out. Locked. Those morons. I knew I couldn't leave them alone with him.
I just can't seem to make sense of it.
I'm so sorry. He didn't need to die today.
What happens now?
Well, the Countess won't like this one bit. I can tell you that much.
Is she sympathetic?
I wouldn't say that. However, she doesn't like murders being linked up to her property. She will find her way out of this, no doubt.
Back in the room, they said someone will be fried.
I don't know if you've heard this yet, but we can't be in the sun. It destroys us.
I did read about that.
The stories are true.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's used as a form of capital punishment for our kind.
Stake through a vampire, like what, silver bullets, stakes, and sunlight, right? And garlic, or something like that. There's like a whole bunch of vampire
What do you think will
things.
happen to those three outside?
Murdering a human, sadly, isn't a big crime in our community. If I had my guess, I'd say they will get their fangs dulled, for they will grow back after a month or two. But before then, they will have to feed solely on Cabernet, and it isn't cheap.
What if they can't afford it?
They will just have to find a way. Without blood, we are like humans without water.
Arbin?
Yes?
Do you know what will happen to me now? I don't even know who I am anymore.
I understand it's not all the answers will come at the right time.
I must admit, I feel quite restless.
Listen, not many of us might say this. Being one of us doesn't just mean hurting people for your own benefit. To me, it means that I have an eternity to become better, learn from my mistakes.
I suppose that's one way to look at it.
You know,
infinite
the
time.
Countess has a wonderful library
If you
over
can live
here.
forever, then you have like infinite knowledge, essentially, right?
Why don't you grab a book and use this time to learn something new? Perfection comes in little
Infinite
steps.
knowledge, infinite time for your hobbies, anything.
I should go now, my dear. You know where to find me. Next time, a drink at my...
I'll be looking forward to it.
Alright. Morningstar, Seagull, Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Red and Black. Here we can read a chapter of these. Let's see. Morningstar. Oh, now I don't have enough time.
My fault. Stop blaming me for everything.
I should see what all this ruckus is about. This is fresh. What in the world caused this? They must have taken Petya's body away. Lord only knows what they'll do to it. My God, what happened here?
Idiots being punished for their own stupidity.
Did you kill them?
I took that snake's fangs out. I wasn't sure what to do when I saw him, but then I thought about something you said earlier.
Really? What?
That mortal life has the same value as eternal existence. I don't know if it's true, but it certainly helped me find my way. Still, this isn't going to bring him back.
I'm so sorry about Petya.
It was always a risk.
Humanity versus
Life
nihilism.
goes on. But thank you. You must be curious about what happens.
I'd be lying.
The way it works is that you get assigned to the one who turned you for the apprentice. I believe you are the doctor's.
He was a traveling doctor that came to the city. He was a vampire?
He certainly was. Countess has a coachman. He is rough.
May I speak with the Countess herself?
You need to be a little more important for that. Trust me. She'll send for you soon.
I'll be ready.
Like a good you should go. I've unlocked the door. Hey, Lisa.
Yes?
Never mind.
All right then.
Okay.
By the way, could you please take this ugly doll with you?
Does it remind you of Pet?
Just take it.
All right.
Thank.
I swear it just
Very creepy. Creepy doll. Okay, let's go. Alright, so that was alright, so that's Cabernet, guys. That's a demo. Yeah, it's I would say so it's interesting. Like it plays more like a point and click adventure, even though it's technically an RPG, but it plays more like a point and click adventure game for me anyways. Yeah, it's yeah, definitely one of those games where there's not like less so action, is more narrative driven. But yeah, being able to play as a vampire is pretty interesting, and just yeah, I guess if you guys are interested in like a narrative-driven RPG, not so much action or anything like that, there's no combat in this game, but just like for the adventure aspect and the aspect of being a vampire in this 19th century Eastern European setting, then it's not bad. Yeah. Not sure if I like it enough to purchase it. It's like one of those games that's pretty like kind of mid, I guess. It's not bad, but I'm not sure if I like it enough where I would just get the game. But anyways, yeah, still an interesting thing to play though. That I don't regret playing the demo. I think it's still cool if you guys are interested in the setting and everything. So guys, Cabernet, thanks for watching. So yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about getting this game and recommending it, but I would say at the very least check out the demo because it's free. So why not?